Imagine a life where intelligence isn't just about solving complex problems or memorizing vast amounts of information, but about seeing life clearly, understanding yourself deeply, and navigating challenges with a calm and focused mind. What if true intelligence lies in the way we perceive, process, and respond to the world around us? The Stoics, ancient philosophers of resilience and insight, believed intelligence was not a measure of one's wit, but of one's wisdom and clarity. They saw intelligence as a byproduct of cultivating virtues that connect the mind to the world in a meaningful and rational way. In this video, you're about to embark on a journey into the heart of Stoic wisdom, a journey that reveals 10 techniques designed not just to expand the mind, but to deepen it. These techniques are not quick fixes or surface-level changes. They are practices grounded in Stoic philosophy, capable of fostering an inner intelligence that stands strong amid life's ups and downs. They are tools that guide you to look inward, to refine your mind, and to engage with the world thoughtfully and effectively. And as you progress, you'll find that this list builds toward a profound conclusion, where the simplest yet most powerful lesson awaits. So, are you ready to explore a new kind of intelligence, one shaped by thousands of years of Stoic insight? Let's start with the first key technique: cultivating curiosity over judgment. 1. Cultivating curiosity over judgment. In a world where it's easy to make snap judgments, the Stoics remind us that intelligence often begins with curiosity. But what does it mean to be genuinely curious in the Stoic sense? Stoicism teaches us that cultivating curiosity involves setting aside our immediate assumptions and seeing each situation, person, or idea as an opportunity to learn and grow. When we encounter something new or challenging, do we instantly form an opinion, or do we pause, take a breath, and consider it with an open mind? Curiosity is a muscle, and like any muscle, it strengthens with use. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us that it is impossible for a person to begin to learn what he thinks he already knows. This teaching challenges us to approach life not as if we have all the answers, but with a humble recognition of our limits. Each moment, each encounter, holds the potential to broaden our understanding if we approach it with an open, inquisitive mind. Why is this essential for intelligence? Because intelligence isn't just about knowing, it's about understanding. When we judge too quickly, we cut ourselves off from deeper insights and alternative perspectives that could otherwise expand our minds. Think of a child encountering something new. Their first instinct isn't to dismiss it, but to explore it, to ask questions, and to understand it fully. Can we, as adults, adopt that same childlike wonder, viewing each experience as an unfolding lesson? Cultivating curiosity over judgment invites us to be lifelong learners, to engage actively with the world around us. When we become curious, we question our assumptions, challenge our preconceptions, and open our minds to new ways of thinking. This isn't always easy, especially when habits of judgment have been ingrained over time. But each time we choose curiosity, we inch closer to a wisdom that is both insightful and inclusive. So, next time you encounter something unfamiliar or challenging, take a step back. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Rather than assuming you know all there is to know, let your curiosity guide you. This practice alone can transform the way you interact with others and understand the world, revealing layers of intelligence that were hidden beneath the surface. Curiosity, the Stoics tell us, is not just a path to knowledge, it's a path to humility. And in humility, we find wisdom. With each new perspective we gain, we grow wiser, more insightful, and more prepared to handle life's complexities. Now that we've opened ourselves to curiosity, let's turn to the next Stoic practice for increasing intelligence: the power of mindful observation. Here lies another doorway to understanding, one that the Stoics believed was crucial for seeing life in all its depth. 2. The power of mindful observation. Imagine the last time you truly observed something, really looked, not just glanced. How often do we miss the intricacies of our surroundings in our rush to complete tasks or meet deadlines? The Stoics understood that mindful observation is one of the most powerful tools for increasing intelligence because it grounds us in the present and reveals details we might otherwise overlook. For the Stoics, to observe is to see with clarity, to notice life without the haze of distraction, and to recognize the insights hidden within each moment. Seneca, one of Stoicism's most revered voices, once said, "Time discovers truth." This idea aligns closely with the practice of mindful observation. The more time we spend fully observing, the more truth reveals itself to us. When we observe carefully, we see not only the surface, but also the underlying patterns, the nuances, and the broader connections. Through observation, our minds begin to piece together insights that would remain hidden if we merely skimmed through life. Consider the simple act of watching the rhythm of waves on a beach, or observing the details in the leaves of a tree. The Stoics believed that such attention to nature sharpens our minds, helping us understand the natural flow of life. Observing the world without immediate analysis or judgment teaches patience, a willingness to see things as they are rather than as we expect them to be. Have you ever noticed how peaceful it feels to just sit and watch the world unfold without interference? In the modern age, distractions abound. With screens, notifications, and constant demands on our attention, finding time to truly observe can feel almost unnatural. Yet, this is precisely why Stoic observation is so essential now. To practice it, try putting away your phone for a few minutes each day and simply observing what's around you. Notice the colors, sounds, textures, and movements. What do you see? What patterns emerge? This act of mindful observation isn't just about finding peace. It's about gathering insights that can only be seen with a quiet mind. It cultivates a sensitivity to life's details, making us more receptive to new knowledge and ideas. This practice not only calms the mind, but also enriches it, helping us grow in intelligence by aligning our thoughts with the present moment. So as you go about your day, try to take pauses for observation. Whether it's watching the clouds shift in the sky or noticing the expressions of people around you, practice seeing fully. In this quiet attention, intelligence flourishes and we connect more deeply to the world and to ourselves. With this practice of mindful observation now rooted in your awareness, let's move to a natural extension of this principle. Learning to listen actively, another fundamental skill in Stoicism that profoundly shapes our intelligence. 3. The art of active listening. Have you ever been in a conversation where you were only half listening, thinking of your response, instead of genuinely absorbing what the other person was saying? In today's world of quick exchanges and constant distractions, truly listening has become a rare skill. Yet, the Stoics taught that intelligence is cultivated not just by speaking, but perhaps more importantly, by listening deeply and attentively. Active listening, in the Stoic sense, goes beyond hearing words. It is about connecting to the essence of what is being said. Epictetus, a central figure in Stoicism, reminds us of this truth with a simple yet profound observation. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This statement challenges us to think about how often we listen not just to respond, but to understand. When we choose to listen actively, we open ourselves up to knowledge and perspectives we might have missed. Active listening sharpens the mind by teaching us patience, empathy, and humility. It encourages us to step back from our assumptions and to be present with another person's thoughts. When we set aside our biases and judgments, we allow ourselves to learn from others' experiences and viewpoints, enriching our understanding of the world and ultimately enhancing our intelligence. Are we willing to accept that we don't always have the answers, that others may hold pieces of knowledge we haven't yet encountered? In practice, active listening means silencing our inner dialogue. It requires focusing entirely on the person speaking, letting go of the urge to interrupt or prepare a response. This form of listening is transformative, not only for our intelligence, but also for our relationships. It teaches us to value others' thoughts, to expand our awareness, and to build connections based on understanding rather than assumption. One way to practice this is by setting an intention during your next conversation. Try to listen without formulating your reply. Instead, ask questions that show you want to understand more deeply. Notice how the speaker's words shape your understanding, how they open new ways of thinking. This habit of active listening, guided by Stoicism, helps to broaden your perspective and gives you access to a world of insights beyond your own experiences. As you master this art, you'll find that listening well is just as enriching as speaking. With every conversation, you're given an opportunity to learn, to challenge your perceptions, and to grow in wisdom. With the skill of listening deeply in mind, we now turn to another essential practice in Stoic thought: finding strength in silence. In the next section, we'll explore how silence can be a powerful tool to clear the mind, reflect deeply, and foster true intelligence. 4. Seeking silence amidst the noise. In a world filled with endless noise, notifications, conversations, responsibilities, finding moments of true silence can seem nearly impossible. Yet, for the Stoics, silence was not just the absence of sound, it was an essential practice for cultivating a focused and clear mind. Silence creates a space where thoughts can settle, where clarity can emerge, and where the mind can connect with itself, free from the distractions of the external world. Seneca, a wise Stoic philosopher, once remarked, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This powerful statement reminds us that much of our anxiety and stress is self-created, amplified by the constant noise around us. By embracing moments of silence, we are able to separate ourselves from these imagined fears and connect with what truly matters. When was the last time you allowed yourself even a few minutes of pure silence to step away from the world and look inward? Seeking silence is about creating a refuge for your mind, a space where your thoughts can be observed and organized without interference. This practice fosters intelligence by allowing us to think critically and to process life's complexities with greater calm and insight. It's in silence that we begin to understand which worries are real and which are the product of our own thoughts running wild. For the Stoics, silence was more than peace. It was a way to master one's mind. To practice this, set aside a few minutes each day to be in silence. Whether during a morning walk, a quiet moment before bed, or a simple pause in your day, let this silence be a sanctuary. Observe your thoughts without judgment, letting them rise and fall like waves. As you become accustomed to silence, you'll find that your mind becomes sharper, more resilient, and more focused. Silence, in Stoic philosophy, is a powerful tool to align our inner world with our values and priorities. Imagine the strength of mind that grows when silence becomes a regular practice. This is not a silence that avoids life, but one that prepares you for it, equipping you with clarity and calm for the noise that awaits. Now, with the foundation of silence established, let's move forward to another Stoic practice that rejuvenates the mind: deliberate disengagement. We'll explore how stepping back can refresh our perspectives and deepen our understanding of the world. 5. Deliberate disengagement. In today's fast-paced world, Productivity and engagement are celebrated, while rest and disengagement are often overlooked or even discouraged. But the Stoics recognized that stepping back is just as important as pressing forward. Deliberate disengagement, a purposeful pause from constant activity, refreshes the mind, restores focus, and allows us to see life from a clearer, more balanced perspective. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most respected Stoic philosophers, observed, "Men seek retreats for themselves, houses in the country, seashores and mountains. But it is in your power whenever you shall choose to retire into yourself." This statement reminds us that true rest doesn't always require physical distance from the world. Rather, it involves cultivating an inner retreat, a space within where we can disengage from life's demands, if only for a moment. In a society that prizes continuous engagement, can we give ourselves permission to pause? When we practice deliberate disengagement, we're allowing our minds to reset. This doesn't mean abandoning our responsibilities or escaping reality, but stepping back so we can return with renewed clarity and vigor. Think of an artist who, after hours spent close to their canvas, steps back to gain a fresh perspective. In the same way, when we step back from our work, our routines, or our challenges, we often see things we couldn't before. Deliberate disengagement can take many forms. Perhaps it's a few minutes each day spent without screens, a weekend free from obligations, or a quiet walk where you allow yourself to simply be. By intentionally disengaging, you're giving your mind a chance to breathe, to process what it has absorbed, and to approach life's complexities with a clearer understanding. This Stoic approach is a balance between action and rest, engagement and withdrawal, allowing the mind to grow stronger through periods of intentional quiet. How often do we allow ourselves to do nothing, to reflect, to just be? Disengagement, practiced mindfully, becomes a source of renewal, helping us to realign with our values and aspirations. In this pause, we gain insight, broaden our perspective, and cultivate a sense of inner calm and resilience. With a refreshed mind, we're now better prepared for life's challenges. In our next section, we'll explore how embracing discomfort can be a pathway to growth and resilience, building a kind of intelligence that remains strong even under pressure. 6. Embracing discomfort for growth. When you think of comfort, you might imagine the warmth of a cozy blanket, the familiarity of your routine, or the ease of habits well practiced. Yet, for the Stoics, true growth often lay just beyond these comforts. Stoicism teaches us that embracing discomfort is not a sign of weakness or self-punishment, but a pathway to developing resilience, adaptability, and inner strength. Marcus Aurelius, reflecting on life's challenges, once said, "The obstacle is the way." This insight invites us to reconsider discomfort as not something to avoid, but something to engage with, learn from, and even welcome. When was the last time you embraced a task or situation that felt challenging, where every instinct told you to turn away? How did facing that challenge change you? In Stoic thought, intelligence is not only about intellectual sharpness, but also the wisdom to grow through life's difficulties. Every moment of discomfort, whether it's the effort to learn a new skill, the patience to resolve a conflict, or the discipline to pursue a goal, offers a lesson. These challenges refine our character, teaching us endurance, focus, and self-discipline. The Stoics believed that by confronting what is difficult, we build a mental resilience that not only enhances our intelligence, but also our capacity to navigate future obstacles. Practical examples of embracing discomfort are all around us. Learning something new, pushing physical limits, or stepping out of our comfort zones socially all test our patience and willpower. By approaching these moments as opportunities rather than hindrances, we reshape our mindset and, over time, transform challenges into familiar territory. So, how can we start to embrace discomfort? It could be as simple as setting a small challenge each day, something that pushes you just a bit beyond your usual habits. A cold shower, speaking up in a meeting, or trying a new activity. Each time you engage with discomfort willingly, you strengthen your mind and build resilience. Over time, discomfort becomes less daunting and more like a companion on your path to growth. Embracing discomfort teaches us that the obstacles we face are not barriers, but stepping stones. With each one, we develop not only intelligence, but the fortitude to face life with courage and confidence. Now, as we have built resilience through discomfort, let's turn to the seventh Stoic principle, embracing change as a teacher. In the next section, we'll look at how change, inevitable and constant, is one of life's greatest sources of wisdom. 7. Embracing change as a teacher. Change is one of life's only certainties, yet it often brings a sense of unease or even fear. We crave stability, familiarity, and control, but the Stoics saw change differently, as one of life's greatest teachers. They recognized that intelligence and resilience are cultivated by embracing change rather than resisting it, understanding that transformation is a natural part of existence. Marcus Aurelius offered a profound perspective on change. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. In other words, rather than viewing change as something to be feared, we can see it as a necessary process that promotes growth, adaptation, and insight. Think back to a time when change entered your life, perhaps unexpectedly. How did it shape you? What did you learn about yourself in the process? For the Stoics, embracing change is an invitation to stay curious and open-minded, to see life's shifts not as disruptions, but as opportunities for learning. Each change, whether small or significant, challenges our preconceived notions and encourages us to expand our understanding. It pushes us beyond the boundaries of comfort, inviting us to adapt, to think critically, and to remain flexible. This adaptability, in turn, sharpens our intelligence, helping us to navigate life with a sense of calm and resilience. Embracing change doesn't mean we chase every trend or disrupt our lives unnecessarily. Instead, it means cultivating a mindset that remains steady in the face of transformation. When change arises, rather than clinging to the past, the Stoic approach is to reflect, what can this change teach me? How can I adapt and grow in response? By viewing change as a teacher, we let go of resistance and make room for wisdom. In practical terms, embracing change could mean welcoming a new perspective at work, learning a new skill, or adapting to life's inevitable shifts with patience and understanding. It's about seeing these changes as steps in a larger journey, each one adding depth to our understanding of ourselves and the world. With each change we embrace, we grow in adaptability and intelligence, becoming more resilient in the process. Change, in the Stoic view, is a form of growth that keeps our minds sharp and our spirits strong. Now, with a renewed understanding of change as a source of wisdom, let us move forward to explore the concept of lifelong learning. In the next section, we will examine how the Stoics viewed every day as an opportunity for learning, a practice that extends far beyond formal education. 8. Lifelong learning as a path to freedom. For the Stoics, learning was not confined to a classroom or bound by formal education. It was a lifelong pursuit, a daily practice of curiosity and self-refinement. The Stoics believed that each day is an opportunity to grow in wisdom, to expand one's understanding of life, and to approach the world with a curious and open mind. Epictetus stated it simply, "Only the educated are free." In his view, true freedom comes not from external conditions, but from the freedom to think, to learn, and to understand. But what does it mean to commit to lifelong learning in a Stoic sense? It means cultivating a mind that never stops questioning, observing, and reflecting. Think of a child's curiosity, how every new discovery fills them with wonder. For adults, lifelong learning can rekindle that wonder, helping us see each day as a classroom and each interaction as a lesson. Are we willing to set aside our assumptions and view the world with fresh eyes? Lifelong learning doesn't require us to amass countless degrees or credentials. Instead, it encourages a genuine thirst for knowledge that enhances our intelligence and deepens our wisdom. The Stoics would remind us that learning is about reflecting, applying, and sharing knowledge, turning each insight into a stepping stone on our journey of self-mastery. This continuous pursuit of knowledge empowers us, allowing us to navigate life's complexities with grace and insight. In today's world, lifelong learning is more accessible than ever, with knowledge available at our fingertips. We have the resources to dive into any subject that interests us, whether through online courses, podcasts, books, or discussions. But for Stoicism, lifelong learning isn't just about accumulating facts. It's about understanding life's deeper truths, seeing how each piece of knowledge can improve our character and shape our actions. To practice lifelong learning, begin with small, intentional steps. Perhaps you'll read a chapter of a book each day, listen to a lecture on a subject that intrigues you, or reflect on your experiences to glean insights. The key is to approach learning with curiosity, allowing each lesson to broaden your horizons. With each new piece of knowledge, we gain insight and perspective, equipping ourselves to face life with greater wisdom. By committing to lifelong learning, we embrace the path of growth and resilience. Intelligence, in the Stoic view, is not a static trait, but a dynamic journey. With each new insight, we become more capable, more free, and more aligned with our true selves. Now, having explored the freedom found in continuous learning, let's turn our attention to the power of human connection. In the next section, we'll examine the value of diverse interactions and how, according to Stoicism, every person we meet has something to teach us. 9. The value of diverse interactions. Intelligence isn't just cultivated through solitary reflection or solitary study. It's also enriched by the diverse perspectives and experiences of others. The Stoics knew that every person we meet carries unique insights shaped by their backgrounds, beliefs, and journeys. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, advised us to associate with people who are likely to improve you. This piece of wisdom encourages us to seek out interactions that challenge our viewpoints, expand our understanding, and add depth to our lives. But why is engaging with a variety of people so powerful for our intelligence? Each interaction has the potential to broaden our worldview, to introduce us to new ideas, and to spark reflection on our assumptions. Think of each person you meet as a living library, filled with experiences, knowledge, and perspectives that differ from your own. Are we willing to approach these interactions with an open mind, ready to learn and understand? In the Stoic tradition, wisdom isn't about staying within our comfort zones or echo chambers. It's about venturing beyond them, engaging with ideas and experiences that may initially feel unfamiliar. When we interact with people from different walks of life, whether a colleague from another department, a neighbor from another culture, or even a stranger in passing, we are presented with opportunities to learn. The Stoics teach us to view these interactions as valuable chances to refine our intelligence, empathy, and understanding. Diverse interactions don't only expose us to different viewpoints, they also strengthen our ability to listen, empathize, and connect on a deeper level. Each conversation becomes an exercise in active listening and humility, a practice that aligns with Stoic values. When we actively seek out and welcome diverse perspectives, we cultivate an intelligence that's not just informed by facts, but enriched by the varied textures of human experience. In practical terms, this can mean reaching out to someone with a different background, inviting a conversation about a subject unfamiliar to us, or simply approaching daily interactions with a curiosity to learn. By treating each interaction as a lesson, we develop a more comprehensive understanding of the world and build resilience for future challenges. As we immerse ourselves in these diverse experiences, we find that our intelligence becomes not just sharper, but more nuanced and compassionate. Now, with a broadened perspective on the world and a deeper connection to others, let's turn to the final Stoic technique, cultivating gratitude. In the next section, we'll explore how gratitude, one of Stoicism's most profound practices, is a gateway to wisdom and an expanded sense of understanding. 10. Cultivating gratitude as a gateway to wisdom. At first glance, gratitude might seem like a simple, fleeting emotion, a polite thank you, or a momentary feeling of appreciation. But in Stoicism, gratitude is a powerful, transformative practice, a way of viewing the world that deepens understanding and intelligence. For the Stoics, gratitude wasn't merely about feeling thankful, it was about seeing each moment, each experience, and each challenge as an opportunity to learn, grow, and gain wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reflected on this often, writing, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This perspective on life is rooted in gratitude, urging us to appreciate even the smallest things that we often take for granted. By practicing gratitude daily, we open ourselves to the lessons embedded in every experience, both joyful and challenging. Can we see even life's difficulties as sources of growth, worthy of gratitude? Gratitude in Stoicism is a way of grounding ourselves, of staying present and focused on what truly matters. Rather than dwelling on what we lack or what could be better, gratitude shifts our perspective to recognize the value of what we already have. This shift doesn't just make us happier, it sharpens our awareness and deepens our intelligence. When we approach life with gratitude, we become more attentive, more reflective, and more open to the wisdom that each moment holds. Practicing gratitude can be simple yet profound. Take a moment each morning to reflect on a few things you're thankful for, whether it's the people in your life, the opportunities you've been given, or even the challenges that have taught you resilience. Let this gratitude ground you in the present, helping you see each day not as something to rush through, but as a series of lessons and insights to absorb. As we embrace gratitude, we begin to view life from a place of abundance rather than lack. Each day becomes a classroom, every person a teacher, and each experience a chance to expand our understanding. Through gratitude, the Stoics show us that true intelligence is not just about acquiring knowledge, but about seeing life clearly, appreciating its intricacies, and welcoming its teachings. These 10 Stoic techniques form a comprehensive path toward greater intelligence, insight, and resilience. By cultivating curiosity, observing mindfully, listening actively, embracing silence, practicing deliberate disengagement, facing discomfort, welcoming change, pursuing lifelong learning, engaging with diverse perspectives, and fostering gratitude, we develop a kind of intelligence that is both profound and unshakable. Each technique is a step toward a life of clarity, purpose, and wisdom. As we close, I invite you to reflect on these practices and consider which one resonates most with you. Which of these techniques will you incorporate into your life? Let us know in the comments below. If this journey toward a wiser, more resilient mind speaks to you, please like this video, share it with those who may benefit, and subscribe for more insights rooted in Stoicism. Thank you for joining us on this path of self-discovery and growth. May each step bring you closer to a life of wisdom, purpose, and inner peace.